First off, let's not be racist cunts. Let's not be heartless assholes. Let's be real. If you were from a dirt poor country where drought or famine or violence were always looming as passive threats, and where corruption was so all encompassing there was no perspective whatsoever for you or your children, you too would do everything you could to reach these European shores. So let's not be derogatory about so called fortune seekers. Don't we all seek fortune? People don't risk drowning in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, nor do they walk all the way from Senegal to northern Morocco through the fucking Sahara just because they are ill willed parasites. Now, the reason why we should be highly suspicious of mass immigration and the general lack of control over this issue is a very simple one. It is the same reason why we no longer have a solid middle class and why poverty is again on the rise for the first time after more than a century of steadfast decline since the early 20th century. It is the same reason why there is no job security nor any chance of job quality for that matter for the younger generations here. The same reason standards of living have been slowly but steadily crumbling for decades on end. That reason, namely, is that a continuous influx of poor people presses wages. You know, those wages which haven't been corrected for inflation or rising standards of living for half a century now. You cannot barter for wage corrections when you have massive reservoirs of poor people with no connections, with no options, willing to do it for a hunger wage. It is that simple. That is the reason of the shortage of labor, because young people here have discovered that it has become truly preferable to job hop and pump and dump employers to draw welfare or to live with pops and moms or friends on the couch than it is to work yourself into a series of burnouts for a soul crushing work routine that somehow ends up leaving you just a couple inches shy of making ends meet every month. Because these employers no longer provide with real contracts, income security, sufficient income at all, career perspective, or job substance, but they still take absolutely everything from you. So fuck 'em, is what non boomer Westerners have concluded, especially since that pseudo pandemic chutzpah. We should not blame the immigrants, we should not blame each other's politics. We should blame those elitist bourgeois politicians, the globo corpo elites they represent and cater to, as well as their lobbyists, and we should particularly keep a scornful eye on their usurious Wall Street, City of London, and Frankfurt overlords, the latter of which are about to deflate us back into the Stone Age and make us pay for that bill again. Oh, trust me, they are all too happy with us going at each other's throats over gender, trans, fascism, feminism, Marxism, racism, blah, 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 blah.